Dear ladies and gentlemen, there comes a moment in your life when clapping hands and cheering crowds won't be enough. A moment when the compliments don't reach your soul, and the likes, the follows, and the reposts can't satisfy what's still undone inside of you. Because deep down you know you were made for more. You weren't built to barely get by. You were born to break through. You see, it's not about proving anyone wrong. It's about proving yourself right. Not to feed your ego, but to fulfill your purpose. You don't stop when you're tired. You stop when the mirror reflects back the version of you that God saw when He designed you. Some of you have been running with one foot on the gas and the other on the brake. You make progress and then sabotage it. You dream big and then doubt bigger, but now is the time to declare war on the voice that says good enough. Because you didn't come this far to settle, you came this far to rise. Your past may not be proud of you. Your present may still be messy, but your future, oh, your future is waiting to stand up and clap for the version of you that didn't quit, didn't fold, didn't lower the standard just to feel safe. Don't stop because it's hard. Don't stop because it's quiet. Don't stop because nobody noticed your progress yet. You're not living for permission. You're building for purpose. Keep going until you look at what you've built and say, "This is what I saw in my spirit. This is what I prayed for. This is what I was born to carry." Being proud of yourself is not arrogance, it's alignment. It's knowing that you honored the calling, that you fought the good fight, that you showed up for your assignment even when everything inside you said, "Sit down." So don't you dare stop in the middle. Don't you dare shrink to fit their comfort. Don't you dare play small to make others feel big. You were made to overcome. You were made to grow. You were made to conquer the chaos around you by mastering the commitment within you. Don't stop until you're proud, not until it's perfect, until it's purposeful, not until it pleases others, until it fulfills the reason you were born. Because when you stand at the finish line and see what came out of your pain, your patience, your private sacrifice, you won't just be proud. You'll be unstoppable. 10 key points from the speech. You weren't created to settle. You were created to rise. Don't chase external validation. Build internal conviction. Being proud of yourself means honoring your calling, not your comfort. True progress often happens in silence before it ever shows in public. Perseverance is proof of purpose, not perfection. It's not about pleasing people, it's about fulfilling destiny. Self-respect is the reward for self-discipline. Your future deserves the best version of you, not the convenient one. If it doesn't stretch you, it can't elevate you. Don't stop when it's hard. Stop when it's holy, certainly. Here is a *** long form expansion ** of *** key point 1. You weren't created to settle. You were created to rise ***, written in a powerful, emotionally charged tone in the style of Stephen Furtick, without a subtitle or conclusion. There is something deep inside you that refuses to be average. Even when you try to play small, there's a quiet fire in your soul that won't let you stay there. You may silence it for a while. You may numb it with comfort, with distraction, with other people's expectations. But eventually, that voice starts speaking again. That inner stirring, that divine discomfort, that ache that tells you, you were not made for this level. You were made for more. You weren't created to settle. You weren't placed on this earth just to get by, just to fit in, just to survive. You were created to ***rise ***, to rise above fear, above failure, above limitation, above comparison. You were designed in the image of a creator who speaks life into chaos, who breathes strength into dust, and who calls things that are not as though they are. That means there's a calling in you that cannot be contained by the cages of complacency. Settling feels safe. It's predictable. It doesn't ask much of you. It lets you coast through life without ever facing resistance. But safety is a trap when it comes at the cost of purpose. Settling may feel like peace, but if you're ignoring the pull in your spirit, that's not peace, it's paralysis. It's the slow death of what could have been. You were not placed here to simply exist. You were placed here to elevate to climb, to stretch, to push beyond what feels possible, to walk boldly into rooms you once felt unqualified for. And yes, rising will cost you. It will cost you comfort. It will cost you shallow approval. It will cost you every excuse you've used to stay small. But that's a price worth paying to become who you were born to be. There's a reason your heart gets restless in mediocrity. There's a reason you look around at a life that checks all the boxes but still feels incomplete. It's because you weren't designed to live below your destiny. You were meant to rise, not above others, but above the limitations you've placed on yourself. You were meant to rise into confidence, into calling, into clarity. Every time you settle, something in you shrinks. But every time you take the risk to rise, something in you awakens. That's not ego, that's alignment. That's the real you standing up, the version of you that God had in mind before fear, failure, or opinions got in the way. So stop telling yourself, this is just the way it is. Stop shrinking to fit the room. Stop dimming your light to make others feel more comfortable in their shadows. You were created with vision, with voice, with value. You weren't created to blend in with the background. You were created to rise, and to keep rising, until your life becomes the answer to someone else's prayer. Because the world doesn't need more people who settle. The world needs the full, bold, awakened version of you. Absolutely. Here's a long form expansion of key point 2. Don't chase external validation. Build internal conviction. Written in the deep, passionate, soul-awakening tone of Stephen Furtick's style. Without any subtitle or conclusion, we live in a world that feeds on approval. Every scroll, every post, every like, it's all training us to measure our worth based on what others think. We've become addicted to the applause of the crowd and allergic to the silence where real growth happens. But the truth is, if you build your life on the opinions of others, you'll be a prisoner to their applause, and the moment it stops, so will you. External validation is loud, but it's also temporary. It fades as fast as it comes. One day they love you, the next day they forget you. One day you're trending, the next day you're invisible. If your identity is wrapped in their response, then your peace will rise and fall with their mood. That's no way to live. That's not freedom. It's dependency wearing a disguise. You have to reach a point in your journey where you stop asking, do they like me? And start asking, am I walking in truth? You have to silence the crowd long enough to hear the whisper of conviction. Because when you chase validation, you perform. But when you walk in conviction, you lead. Validation wants you to impress. Conviction wants you to impact. Validation is temporary. Conviction is eternal. When you live for the crowd, you'll always adjust your purpose to fit their preferences. But when you live from conviction, you'll stand firm. Even if you stand alone, you'll speak truth even when it's unpopular. You'll stay planted even when the wind of criticism blows hard, because you know who you are, and more importantly, you know whose you are. Conviction doesn't come from claps, it comes from calling. It's that inner fire that doesn't go out when people leave. It's the yes you keep saying in the dark when no one's watching. It's the peace that follows you when you obey, even if no one understands. You don't need 10,000 people to believe in you. You need one reason inside of you to keep going, because when conviction takes root, no amount of silence can shake it. No rejection can uproot it. No lack of recognition can diminish it. Conviction keeps you moving when compliments stop coming. It keeps you sowing even when the soil looks dry. It keeps you consistent even when your progress goes unnoticed. You don't need another hand clap. You need another level of courage. You don't need more likes. You need more truth, the kind that anchors you, that reminds you, that empowers you to keep building even when it's lonely. The most dangerous thing you can do is allow public attention to replace personal conviction, because the moment you start building to be seen, you've already lost the foundation you need to stand. So stop chasing approval. It was never meant to lead you. Let conviction lead, let purpose lead, let truth lead. Because when you build from within, you don't need validation. You bring your own authority into every room you walk into. Absolutely. Here's a *** long form expansion ** of *** key point 3. Being proud of yourself means honoring your calling, not your comfort, ***, written in the passionate and soul-provoking style of Stephen Furtick, without a subtitle or a conclusion. There's a difference between chasing comfort and choosing calling. One keeps you still, the other makes you stretch. One keeps you safe, the other calls you out into the deep. And if you really want to live a life you can be proud of, you have to stop trying to make your calling feel comfortable, because ** real growth never happens in comfort zones. ** being proud of yourself doesn't mean you did everything perfectly. It doesn't mean your journey was flawless or fast. It means you stayed faithful. It means you kept going even when quitting was easier. It means you chose obedience over ease, purpose over popularity, and truth over temporary satisfaction. The world tells us that we should feel proud when everything feels good, when the numbers are up, when the bank account is full, when people are applauding. But let's be real. Some of your proudest moments won't come with applause. Some of your greatest victories will come in silence, when you chose not to give in to temptation, when you didn't quit on yourself, when you walked away from what was easy so you could stand in what was eternal. That's what real pride is. Not arrogance, not ego, not flexing your highlight reel for attention, but looking yourself in the mirror and knowing, I honored what I was called to do, even when no one was watching. Even when it cost me something, even when it hurt, because calling comes with a cost. It'll ask you to wake up earlier, to stay when others leave, to forgive when it feels unfair, to grind when you're exhausted, to keep believing when the outcome doesn't match the effort. And every time you choose your calling over your comfort, you become the kind of person your future self will thank you for. Comfort is easy, but it will lie to you. It tells you that the goal is to feel good, but feeling good isn't the same as ** being fulfilled ***. You can feel good and still be empty. You can have ease and still have regret. You can live safe and still never step into who you were created to be. That's why you have to get uncomfortable. That's why you have to stretch. That's why you have to sacrifice, because calling won't let you coast. It will push you, press you, and develop you. It will force you to deal with your fears, to confront your excuses, and to grow into a version of yourself that didn't exist before the pain. And that's what makes you proud, not just what you accomplish, but what you ** overcame ** to get there. Not just that you made it, but that you refused to settle, that when the choice was between easy and excellent, you chose the hard thing, that when you could have compromised, you kept your integrity, that when your calling demanded more of you, you didn't run, you ** rose **. You will never be proud of the moments when you played it safe, but you will look back and stand tall in the moments when you said, I chose the path that made me better even when it made me bleed. Because being proud of yourself doesn't come from comfort. It comes from courage, it comes from conviction, it comes from the quiet, private, painful yes to your calling, again and again and again, certainly. Here's a ** long form expansion ** of ** key point 4. True progress often happens in silence before it ever shows in public ***, written in a deeply stirring, spiritually charged tone, consistent with Stephen Furtick's signature delivery without any subtitle or conclusion. We live in a generation that craves visibility. If it's not seen, it doesn't feel real. If it's not posted, it doesn't feel like progress. We've been conditioned to equate exposure with success and silence with failure. But the truth is ***, some of the greatest progress God will ever produce in you will happen in complete silence. ***, not because you're not growing, but because He's growing you in a way that only He can see. Yet that's the thing about real transformation. It doesn't start on the surface. It starts underground in the hidden places. in the late nights where no one's clapping, in the private prayers that no one hears, in the daily discipline that doesn't get any applause. You're doing the work, but the mirror doesn't show it yet. The world doesn't recognize it yet. And that's where most people give up asterisk asterisk in the silence between the seed and the sprout. Asterisk asterisk, but make no mistake. Just because it's quiet doesn't mean nothing's happening. In fact, some of the loudest moves God makes in your life won't make a sound at all. He'll start shifting your mindset, healing your heart, changing your appetite, breaking off your old patterns, and while the world keeps asking, "What have you done lately?" God is doing something in you that's far more powerful than public progress. Asterisk asterisk, He's forming you for the future He's about to reveal. Asterisk asterisk, progress isn't always about promotions or praise. Sometimes it's about not reacting like you used to, not falling for what used to trap you, choosing patience when you'd normally panic, choosing faith when fear is screaming. Those are the invisible victories that pave the way for visible ones. You don't get strong in front of the crowd. You get strong in the quiet, in the unseen repetition of doing the right thing even when it feels like it isn't working. You build spiritual muscle in the monotony. You gain clarity when the noise fades, and you're left with just you and God and the decision to asterisk asterisk keep showing up anyway. Asterisk asterisk, and let's be honest, silence can be scary. Especially when you're giving your best and getting no feedback. You start asking, asterisk, is it worth it? Am I doing enough? Is anything changing? Asterisk, but that's the test. Because progress is not proven by noise. It's proven by consistency, by staying committed when there's nothing to show yet. That's faith, that's maturity, that's the kind of quiet obedience that shakes the kingdom of darkness and builds something eternal. Don't despise the silent seasons. Don't overlook the process just because it's invisible. Just like a tree doesn't show fruit until the roots go deep enough to sustain it, your life won't show results until your foundation is strong enough to hold what God's about to place on it. So keep grinding, keep praying, keep obeying. The silence is not punishment, it's preparation. The silence is not absence, it's incubation. And when the time is right, what was once invisible will become undeniable. Not because you chased applause, but because you trusted the process. That's where true progress is born, not in the spotlight, but in the soil. Not when everyone notices, but when you keep going even when no one does.